Alright folks, this is segment 1 of a 3 segment um, video. What I'm doing is comparing 3 access terms and running some of the ELS in plain text to see if there's any hits. And in this one, the first one we're working with is Man of Sin. Now I've run several names and one consistently hits in this table. It comes in a width of 1595. Let's see, the actual access term is in Judges, in spans Judges 9 through 16 looks like, but the whole matrix is from Joshua to 1 Samuel. Okay, here are some of the terms that are here, and this is, listen, it is inconclusive whether or not he is the man of sin, and I'm talking about Obama. Obama's name appears several times. It's here, it's in the black and red, it's here, it's also here on this line and down here. Now it doesn't cross the access term, but it does appear with it. So does the United States here, Soto Brit here in the blue. Now there are some alarming terms that come up, and I've run a lot in this table, folks. United States is also here, Soto Brit. Here in the cluster with Obama here twice, there's a cluster of terms that are concerning, and I'm going to just show you now where Obama is. Here in this line you got crossing over Leviathan here. In the orange you have damned or accursed. That's also here. Right here, from the men to the Lamed, from Sheol is there. And running through all of this in the green is the president. Okay, and it's also here, the president. RFID is here. Alright, in the red is let me make sure I got this right. This is assassinate or murdered here, and in the blue is assassin right here. Now in the plain text right here in this verse is will surely die. Appears right here. Alright, in the red you have from the serpent. In the purple, and it appears several times, is the beast. So that's the beast. The beast is here. The beast is also here, as well as here, and here joining with from the serpent. And this Barak appears. Barak appears backwards, and Barak appears from Sheol. Also a couple of years, folks, and I don't know what this means. Joining with Islam is Hey Tav Shin Ein Daled, and Hey Tav Shin Ein Daled. Also is Hey Tav Shin Ein Hey. In the red is exposed. It's also up here, exposed, as well as running across. And serpent in the red, and from Sheol, from the goat, and the beast. And Leviathan runs here in the yellow, crossing over the United States, with this noon joining the abomination, sharing the same noon, and that crosses over the United States, folks. What does that mean? America's under judgment, if you don't know. So you're going to see in some other segments here, I'm going to draw the same conclusion. The next segment is the Barack Obama table. It's the very same one worked by Michael Drosnin and Rabbi Glazerson. I'm going to show you some more terms that I haven't shown you thus far. In the video I did, I believe it's called the rest of the story, or something like that. We look at some of the things that Rabbi Glazerson has not shared, especially some of the alarming terms that are there. With each one of these tables, and the last one's going to be Antichrist, by the way. I did these out of sequence. I did the Obama table first, so if it seems kind of weird or choppy or something, that's why. It had more terms there, and I had more to cover, so I went ahead and got that one out of the way. So this is actually the second video I've made, but I'm going to put it in the video first. So this is segment 1. The access term is man of sin. Now what I want you to do is just compare each one and give me your opinion. You know, this is really open to the interpretation. I feel like discernment plays a big part in all of this. I do not think the Lord wants us to be in the dark as far as the times that we are in, and these are certainly signs that we are in the end days, folks, no doubt about it. This is Man of Sin. It's a very small width, $15.95. Now in the next segment you're going to see Barack Obama, and then the following would be the Antichrist, and each one I compare the LS's and the names, and you'll see for yourself what comes up. So with that, here's the Obama table coming up next. Alright, this is an expanded version of the Barack Obama table. This is the access term right here, his name. This is the very same one that Rabbi Glazerson works and Michael Drosnin has worked from. 11063 is the width. It literally spans the whole Bible. This is Genesis all the way to the end. What I'm going to show you is more terms that I've been able to pull out of this. I've run several hundred terms. I've had more misses than hits. I'm going to show you what I've found. I've said before that Glazerson hasn't shared everything that's in this table, and I'm going to show you some of the things that he hasn't shown you. And this is in, looking at what's been going on the past few days with the inauguration and all the speculation that something was going to happen with this president. I want to address that, and I want to also address the speculation at this point whether this president is the Antichrist. Originally, I was not one to believe that. I was looking at another individual, but there are a lot of red flags and a lot of things in this table that are anomalies that are very intriguing, and so I want to share some of those with you. Right now, this is a scaled down version. I have 3 ready to go that I'm going to show you, and they're all the same access term. You can look here as I flip through them. It's the same table. I just got some things on other pages and it's not on the other. So you can see this in this table here, which is just covered in access terms and ELSs and some plain text. It's just a lot there. So I broke it up into three plots that we can cover a little more easier. Alright, what we have here is the United States, or a subtle Brit. Okay, this is the United States. Barack Obama is here. Right here is the word damned or cursed. And here's the beast is here. Islam right here. Another spelling of Islam tops his name. Okay, Glezerson's pointed this out before. President is here. more than 8 times. This is the very same table that predicted his second term. Some of the other things here are Barry, his first name. Barry is also in the name, the first name of this, Barak. So you have Bet, Aleph, Resh, Yod. It's Barry, as well as Barak. So both first names are there in the table. So is his wife, so is his 2 children. I won't show you those. It's not important to the context of what I'm trying to show you here. Something interesting is Oprah appears right here, backwards, as well as Obama in the yellow and Barack in the black. And here is Egypt. Now, I have a theory behind this because Egypt also appears here. And some other terms kind of conjoin with that. You can see in this part here. And this leads me to believe there's more of a threat outside the country than in. If you saw the inauguration, you saw there was an excess of security detail, as well as the presidential box where he was watched the parade. It was encased in bulletproof glass. So he is very aware that there's a danger in his life. And it's reflected in this table, as I can show you here, is assassinate right here, as well as scheme or plot from a soldier in the black this way, as well as right here, and running this way. It is also down here, and it's intermingled with another ELS term, and I'll just show you that here. In the red is a plot, conspiracy, or an illusion right here. Let's just work from this table here. We got judgment right there, from within, and in the red we have ambushed. It's there twice. You can see it running this way. Lawless one also runs this way. RFID is here, runs across here. Also here in the orange is another word for scheme or deception. Right here we have from within, and here, this is where Oprah and Obama cross. Look at this, from the serpent. Also in the orange, change. That was his mantra for his election. That also means June. And looking at some more terms, look at this. If we just pull over just a little bit, I have Obama here in the black, and here it crosses over. Right? Look at the ELS terms that come up with it. We got RFID. RFID comes up there. Okay? In the red, we have tyrant or dictator. Okay? And RFID. Alright? Look here. Vav. 666 is there. In the blue, the Mahdi. What kind of connection is there? I don't understand that. I mean, Egypt comes up a few times. You know, we know Ahmadinejad believes in a Mahdi. This is supposed to be the Islamic Messiah, and he has definitely been called that. So there it is. It's in this table. Let's see some other terms that are here. Let me just straighten this back up so everything lines up, and we'll move right on along. Look at this, same place. Obama crosses here. Joe Biden's name is also here. It's in the blue. Okay, and that's in the same line as RFID and tyrant, and you can see the blue contrasting there. Also, look at this. His name, Obama, and murdered in the red connects there. Alright, so there's several anomalies in this table that suggest that his life is in danger. For instance, this verse that connects to Islam and the word bound. Okay, and we'll just go over and look at that. It's verse 23, and my wrath shall wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. So this is the actual verse that alarmed Rabbi Glazerson that there would be some sort of danger. Also look at this. From the sons of the Anak. Okay, we know who the Anak are. It's very intriguing anomaly that this falls into this table, because there's terms that actually cross over that, as you can see in this other. The lawless one points to sons of Anak. You can see that. Also from within, and from a soldier, or a combatant is another term for that. Let's look at some more here. We have from within, and of course I've showed you the ambush. Now look where from within connects to Egypt. Now that's why I believe that there was a danger from, him being abroad is more plausible place for him to be assassinated. Alright, Ishmaelites, it's up here. Let's move back to the progressed table. Barak appears once, and skip of one backwards. A year is here as well. Hey, Tav, Shin, Ein, Hey. Also ambushed from the guns. From the guns, ambushed. The serpent. The serpent. RFID is in here. Here is a plot right here. Another, the assassin or murderer. And inside here is, in the yellow, is the body of a dead man. As well as in the blue, you have ambushed. So that's an intriguing anomaly as well. Look at the plain text here. Everyone was armed. You can find this in Numbers 32:29. This is where the Israelites are going into battle. In the white, wounded. Wounded in the white. You got Barak here. Barak. Also June or change. Remember, change is there as well. Now this is pretty interesting, because we got Pharaoh, the beast in black, and from the green on up we have from the guns. But if we added the other letters, it's from the guns of my brother, and Egypt crosses there, and this is where 666 is. RFID. Joe Biden's name is here as well. Also, you got Oprah here in the purple. This is where her name is. And from the serpent. Now this is really interesting here. And this says, about O, capital O, about O, the serpent cult. And it's written backwards. Here is his foundation, or his headquarters. Okay. Let's just move on along. Here, this term that runs through Obama is all of the blood in order to see. Runs here. This is Obama here in the red, and murdered. And this is change, change, change in the purple. You got assassinate or murdered, Egypt again. You got Pharaoh and Barak and the beast and assassinate. And you got from a shooter right here in the blue up at the top. Red and black is the beast, and then these letters here is shot. Shot also is here. Resh, Yod, Yod, Hey is where the body of a dead man is. Shot connects to the name. You got famine and plagues together here. I'm trying to remember, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. And I think that's it, folks. If I've missed anything, I'll make another video. But there you go. That's what I've got on the Barack Obama table. And it's a lot there. A lot of red flags. You tell me what your analysis is. My synopsis of it is still inconclusive. I'm not ready to say that God is the AC until I see him declare himself God in the temple. But there's a lot of red flags here, folks. We need to be praying for this president. There's some serious issues going on here concerning the world, really. Now, considering all of the data that we just reviewed in this table, I think it's safe to say that there's a compelling, tremendous amount of anomalies that imply. Okay, now, in other segments, I'm going to do other access terms and run similar search terms and try to do a cross comparison, cross confirmation. And I think you'll see a pattern. I cannot directly say the guy is the Antichrist. Now, he is an Antichrist, but I can't say that he is the. Now, he's definitely connected to the beast somehow and to the Mahdi. So he's definitely a player in the end times. We will have to wait and see. That's all I could say about it. Now, there's a lot of stuff here that I've pulled out of there and literally have run several hundred terms. I'm sure there's a lot more there. How do you interpret? You know, I can only say in my synopsis of all of this. You know, there's a such thing as a scapegoat, and I want you to take a look at something here over here in Stellarium. I was looking at today and what was going on today, and I want you to look at where the sun is. Okay, here's the date, the 21st. Let me just back it up so you can see. This is Capricorn, all right, and that is a goat. It's also known as Azazel, which is a demon. This is where the sun was during the inauguration. Okay, in the goat. A goat called Azazel, and that's here. This is where the sun was. I don't know if that's significant. It's just a fact. Venus, Mars. So there's that. Now, I know one thing. This bothered me here. The second coming. I can tell you what. This is not the second coming. There's all this, you know, people making comparisons. Oprah and, you know, the guy saying this, he was the Messiah. That is all blasphemy. This is not the second coming. This would be the second coming. Okay? There's a big difference. There's a news flash for you, Newsweek. I think that's blasphemy, calling him the Messiah. And you know, Oprah's done it. Louis Farrakhan has made comments. Jamie Foxx, that's the guy. You know what I'm talking about. Do you think God's pleased with this? I think not. And I think we're going to be humbled. Folks, I'm telling you right now, we are in judgment. We're in the season of judgment. And this president is because of that. Now, given, yes, God, you know, puts kings in their places, but America voted, evidently the majority voted him in. All right, I believe it's part of judgment. And that's what I'm getting from the Lord, and that's what I'm seeing in the codes. So consider this a public service. We need to be praying for our president, but at the same time, the Lord's will be done. Um, Keep in mind, those that are sealed, those that are His, are not to fear. You're going to be fine. It's everyone else, the ones that are participating in the abominations, the abortions and the idol worship and everything else that America is going to be judged for. This is the result. And I showed you, further on in the table here, there's famine and there's plagues on their way. And His name is directly connected to it. If you're not right with God, I suggest that you would get right with Him, get your house in order, because this is a sign. I'm not making any predictions. I'm showing you everything that I got in this table, what the rabbi will not show you, okay, and then some. And there's a lot more information that Drazen had on Rabin's table that predicted his death 1 year before it happened. So we can only see. The only year that comes up here, and I can tell you, the only year comes up is Hey Tav Shin Ein Hey. And we're not there yet. So all we can do is see what develops. He could be the scapegoat. There's other people that fit the bill. I mean, because there's a lot of things about this guy that go contrary to what we believe to be true about the Antichrist, right? But there's still a lot of red flags, and I think it's worth to check it out. I believe that's one reason the Lord gave us the codes, so that we will know. Evidently, in Revelation, it says, "Let him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast." So there will be people who will know how to identify. And there's also references in Daniel that allude that the codes will be for this time. Now, in another segment, we're going to look at the Antichrist and man of sin. I'm going to show you that he comes up consistently, folks. Now, there's no direct evidence in those tables either that say that he is definitely, but he does appear, and there's compelling terms that are strong connection to his name. For the most part, that he's in danger, not that the fact that he would be the Antichrist. He just appears in those tables. So you see for yourself and tell me what you think, okay? Because this is really open to interpretation, right? I show you what I find, what it means. Everyone will have an opinion. I'm telling you that it confirms what the Lord's telling me. Does it confirm anything for you? Let me know. Alright, folks. Now this is segment 3 of this video, and the access term here is the Antichrist. And there's several interesting anomalies in this table. The very first being the width, which is 5773. Now, that would look to me like a date. Now, 5773, 5774, and 5779 come in as a skip on some of the terms. Let's just get right down to it, folks. This is probably one of the most important of this video, because this one says a lot, and I have here highlighted in plain text is one series of verses. Comes in Ezra, and in that very same line we have the name Obama in the green. It's in this name. His name is here several times. Here in the yellow, in the black right here goes down off the page, and here we go. Here's his name. But what was really interesting is what's in this one line is several ELSs. In the blue, we've got Holocaust. The Beast is also in here, as well as Revealed in here. Something really interesting here to connecting with the Hay in Obama is the Mahdi right here. You got the Beast at 5774, as well as, interesting enough, abortion appears in this table. Appears down here as well. It's a word that comes up. So does reveal, and that's there several times. Revealed or exposed. It's there in different spellings too, or different uses of words to express the same thing, just different ways of saying it. Here and here, as well as up here. Here in the white as well is exposed, and in the blue, crossing over here laterally, is shot. In the yellow, we've got Holocaust. Holocaust here, Holocaust here, and it's in the same line here as the Beast, exposed, and Obama. Here in the red, we've got the Beast, and connecting to it is Pharaoh and burned right here. Oh, wait a minute. Excuse me. No, that's exposed as well. Here in the blue, we have shot. What's really interesting is right here we have witnessed, and at the top, and documented. What does that mean? Shot here, right where the olive is in Obama. Conspiracy or scheme right there. Got a year here. Runs this way in the blue. Hey, Tav, Shin, Ein, Hey. And it runs through the word Beast with the word change, or June. It can be translated as June as well. It's here as well. So that's change or June. Exposed here in the blue. In the green, we got the 23rd day of Savan. So that's a month and a day. I don't know if that means anything. You got Holocaust here. Obama, of course, is there, as well as in the green we've got Islam is there. Holocaust here. Holocaust appears several times, folks. Obama there. His name is the only one that appears consistently, folks. So the evidence and the red flags are stronger. Here we got is shot and Pharaoh crosses. Alright, and in the purple is exposed in the same line as Obama. Alright, so there's several anomalies in this. Actually, excuse me, folks, this translation, that's warned, as is you are warned. So I'm sorry, and this actual skip here is 34,666. So that's another amazing anomaly that seems to point to one conclusion. Now, the only thing I can say is we can only wait and see this play out. Here we got Obama again, right here at 5774. I find it interesting that Holocaust comes in at 5773 and 5779. Is that indicating a span of time? There's a lot of analysis that needs to be done here, and I've put several days into this. As far as the Obama table, that's been 18 months or more in research, but this table here has been really the past week or so. Um, this is what I've had to put the Shroud of Turin and the one about the Nephilim on hold because of, well, the inauguration. I was really checking to see if anything was in the codes about the second term and in the inauguration, and I couldn't find anything significant. The date that stood out was Hey Tov Shin Nine Hey, and that's in all three, as well as Hey Tov Shin Nine Daled. So I think it's still inconclusive until we see the actual person. And I think it's interesting to point out that Obama's never stepped foot in Israel. Why is that? Is he waiting for a particular time? We can only wait and see. And if we're here, we're here. If we're not, we're not. But there you go. This is my research from the past week. Give me your feedback, folks. What do you think? I've seen a lot out there that implies, because Johnny's got a very good video, sackcloth and ashes. So I'm getting confirmation at several places, folks. America's under judgment, and this administration is a result of that. Let's take a look at what this plain text verse says, and this is Israel in captivity. I'm gonna start. It's actually Ezra 9:7, but I'm gonna back up and read from 4. And there were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of God of Israel, because of the transgressions of those that had been carried away, and I sat astonished until the evening. Sacrifice. And at the evening sacrifice I arose from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell on my knees and spread out my hands unto the Lord my God, and said, O my God, I'm ashamed and blushed to lift up my face to thee, my God, for our iniquities, speaking of the country, the nation, are increased over our head, and our trespasses drawn up into the heavens. Sound like something familiar? Since the days of our fathers have been a great trespass unto this day, and for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, have been delivered into the land of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to spoil, and to confusion of face, as it is this day. Okay, that's the actual verse. And now, for a little space, grace has been shown from the Lord our God, to leave us a remnant to escape, to give us a nail into the holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes, and give us a little reviving for our bondage. Folks, America is in bondage right now, spiritual bondage. And it's a result of things like abortion and rebellion and idol worship, abominations. So that's it. That's why. And this is a warning. We need to pray for our president and for our nation, because we are in a season of judgment. God's coming back soon, folks. I think that's what that date may be. Give me your feedback. Let me know what you think.